the world watched as the conflict in Ukraine took a dramatic. On November 14, 2023, the world watched as the conflict in Ukraine took a dramatic turn. Ukraine launched a series of US-supplied ATACMS missiles into Russian territory. This marked the first confirmed use of these long-range weapons against Russia itself. The target was the Bryansk region, a strategic area bordering Ukraine. The early morning attack sent shockwaves through the international community. Russia's defense ministry scrambled to respond. They claimed 5 of the missiles were intercepted, with one causing a fire at a military facility. However, on November 14, 2023, the world watched as the conflict in Ukraine took a dramatic turn. Ukraine launched a series of US-supplied ATACMS missiles into Russian territory. This marked the first confirmed use of these long-range weapons against Russia itself. The target was the Bryansk region, a strategic area bordering Ukraine. The early morning attack sent shockwaves through the international community. Russia's defense ministry scrambled to respond. They claimed 5 of the missiles were intercepted, with one causing a fire at a military facility. However, US officials offered a different narrative. They suggested that only 2 out of the 8 missiles were actually intercepted. This discrepancy in reporting immediately fueled speculation and uncertainty. The fog of war, thick with propaganda and conflicting accounts, made it difficult to discern the full extent of the damage. One thing was clear: a new phase in the conflict had begun. The effectiveness of the missile strike on Bryansk quickly became a point of contention. Russia, eager to downplay the impact, maintained that their air defenses had successfully neutralized most of the threat. Their claims were met with skepticism from Western officials. The US, while confirming Ukraine's use of ATACMS missiles, disputed the Russian narrative. They asserted that only a small number of missiles were intercepted, suggesting a higher degree of success for the Ukrainian operation. Independent verification of these claims proved difficult. The BBC, a reputable news organization, acknowledged the conflicting reports but was unable to confirm either side's account definitively. This lack of clarity only served to heighten the tension. The truth, it seemed, was lost somewhere in the flurry of accusations and counter-accusations. As the dust settled from the Bryansk attack, Russia made a chilling announcement. They unveiled significant changes to their nuclear doctrine, a move widely seen as a direct response to the escalating conflict. The updated doctrine expanded the range of scenarios that could potentially trigger a nuclear response. No longer was a nuclear attack the sole justification for unleashing their atomic arsenal. The new doctrine considered even an attack from a non-nuclear state, if backed by a nuclear power, as a potential trigger. This broadened the scope significantly, encompassing large-scale conventional missile attacks, drone strikes, and aggression against Russia's allies. The timing of this announcement, coming on the heels of the ATACMS strike, sent a clear message. It was a stark reminder of the stakes involved, and the potential for the conflict to spiral into a global nightmare. The world held its breath, wondering what the consequences of this dangerous escalation would be. Section 4, Global Echoes. Reactions from Washington to Moscow. The international community reacted swiftly to the events unfolding in Eastern Europe. Condemnation of Russia's actions was widespread, particularly the updated nuclear doctrine, which was widely perceived as reckless and irresponsible. Russian officials, however, remained defiant. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov accused the United States of fueling the conflict by supplying Ukraine with advanced weaponry. He warned of an appropriate and tangible response to the ATACMS strike, raising fears of further escalation. The United States, while acknowledging their support for Ukraine's right to defend itself, denied any intention of escalating the conflict. They maintained that their assistance was purely defensive in nature and urged Russia to cease its bellicose and irresponsible rhetoric. The United Kingdom echoed these sentiments, with Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer condemning Russia's nuclear saber-rattling. Section 5. The road ahead, ATACMS and the trajectory of war. The use of ATACMS missiles by Ukraine marked a turning point in the conflict.